Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. Yeah, that was a good one. Well, we're still working through Mendelssohn. We're up to number 6 in these series of videos, and this is some very interesting stuff in here. I gotta tell you, you're gonna be pleasantly surprised. Well, Mendelssohn is nothing but a pleasant surprise, actually. Well, we started the string quartets with Volume 3 with the Naxos series, featuring the Aurora String Quartet. And Volumes 1 and 2 are right here. Ta-da! And they're very good. It's a very good series. There are 6 numbered string quartets, then an early string quartet at E flat, and then a bunch of short works, 4 short works for string quartet that also get included. And they are great quartets. He really understood how to write for string quartet, and they're masterpieces, all of them, especially the first 2 and the last one. The middle ones are a group of 3 that are sort of neoclassical in a way. It's kind of interesting. It's not that they're regressive, they aren't, but formally speaking, they're very rigorously structured, and they're beautiful works. But those first 2 and the last one are so outstanding that they've kind of overshadowed the middle 3. So that's something to discover, because the middle 3 are not of lesser quality. They just happen to fall into a particular clump that Mendelssohn was, concerned with at the time, and they're worth getting to know, as are all of these. The piano quartets, numbers 2 and 3. Oh, these are so much fun. The piano quartets are opus 1, 2, and 3, basically, with Mendelssohn. Well, because, number 2 is opus 2, and number 3 is opus 3. So he wrote them when he was, I think he was like 14 or 15, somewhere around there. They are wonderful. They don't get played because, they just have no... They're early. People don't give them any credit, and then people like to pick at them because they say, oh, he's young, and so people think, oh, I'm smarter than he was when he was that age. Well, here's a news flash. You're probably not smarter than he was, number 1. And number 2, they're brilliant and fun pieces, full of good tunes. I use one of them as a ringtone, the finale, if I forget which one it is now. I think it's number 3 or number 1. Is it number 1? Oh, such a great tune. It makes such a wonderful ringtone. It really does. I think it's number 2 here, the F minor probably. But great piece. Great works. Listen to them. Yeah, it's number 2. You'll enjoy them. You'll enjoy them endlessly. They're just wonderful. Let's see. Oh, who's doing these? This is on Naxos, by the way, with the Bartholdy Piano Quartet. Well, that's a good name. They play them. Really, these are the best performances of them, too. All around, I think. They really are great. Mendelssohn, Scottish Symphony, Italian Symphony, Fingal's Cave, Antal Dorati, London Symphony, Stanislav Skorovaczewski, Minneapolis Symphony. What is not to like? Mercury, Living Presence, Wilma Cozart, fine producer. You're in good shape. Very, very good shape. Then we've got this thing. This is the French RCA double. I know. There were all these things coming out, and I was trying to order them from all over the world just to see what was there, and because the boxes hadn't shown up of everything with everybody. So this we have Klaus Peter Flor doing Mendelssohn and Charles Munch doing Mendelssohn. Now, both of these showed up in boxes. Subsequently, sometimes more than one box in the case of Charles Munch. So this is entirely unnecessary, but it was nice to have when I needed it. Let's put it that way. We've got, let's see, the Scottish and the Italian symphonies with Munch. Those are hot things. Midsummer Night's Dream Overture with Flor and Bamberger, the Bamberg Symphony. The Reformation with Munch, and that completes his Mendelssohn. And then a whole pile of Mendelssohn overtures with Flor, a wonderful disc of overtures. You've got the Hochzeit, the marriage of Camacho, the Hochzeit, just Camacho, whatever it is, Camacho's Hochzeit, whatever they called it. Calm Sea and Prosperous Voyage, Roy Blas, Athaliah, and the Hebrides. Wonderful discs. This is really good. Because Flor's Mendelssohn was marvelous, and Munch's Mendelssohn is Munchy. It's just fantastic. Then we've got the Mendelssohn Complete Chamber Music for Strings on Audita with the Mandelring String Quartet. I keep calling them the Mandelbrot String Quartet because my mother used to make it. Mandelbread. We used to call it Mandelbread. Almond bread, in other words. They're kind of like Jewish biscotti, whatever. Anyway, fabulous quartet cycle, sensational recording of the octet, beautiful performances of these string quintets. It's a wonderful box. Absolutely wonderful. I mean, just there's such a good group, the Mendelssohn Quartet, and the fantastic performances. Then there's this wonderful box of 10 CDs containing the complete sacred choral works with the Kammerchor Stuttgart, a marvelous ensemble under Frieder Bernius, on the Karus label. This includes the Lobgesang Symphony in a performance we already talked about a few videos ago. It's quite good. His chorale cantatas in the style of Bach, his psalms and motets. Mendelssohn's sacred music is horribly undervalued. The reason is because it's sacred. First of all, because he was a Lutheran convert who was originally Jewish, and so people don't think that he had any business writing Lutheran sacred music, number one. Number two, he was extremely serious about writing sacred music. His was not a conversion of convenience. He was a serious Lutheran. And as a result of that, he believed that church music should serve the liturgy. And he thought that a lot of church music of his day was, vulgar and operatic and inappropriate for the liturgy, which is why we like so much of it today. I mean, the more inappropriate it is, the more we tend to like it. And so he wrote music that was, in his view, suitable, which means it tends to be subdued. It tends to be relatively short and to the point and purposeful. And it's exquisitely written, and a lot of it is extremely beautiful. Some of it, admittedly, can sound a little bit on the dull side if you listen to gobs of it at once. But no one said you have to listen to gobs of it at once. I mean, I can't listen to gobs of Bach cantatas at once. I know a lot of you folks can, but I can't. I can't take it. And so, while admitting that there's stunning music there. And that's the same thing is true of Mendelssohn. I think these pieces are never going to be popular, if only because they're so, utilitarian, although in the best sense, that is, they do what they're supposed to do. But there are dozens of lovely, lovely works that are really worth hearing here. And Mendelssohn in Bach-like style, but updated for the Romantic era, is not such a bad thing. It really isn't. I enjoyed going through all this stuff when I was writing my Mendelssohn book. I don't listen to it that often because I'm not that interested in liturgical music for the Lutheran Church. And the musical values are very, very high, as usual. But, if I dip into it now and then, I'm always discovering something fresh and lovely, and I'm happy that I did. And so you may not want all 10 CDs, but it's here. And it's valuable. And I just want to make that point. So then we've got, Charles Munch again, doing Mendelssohn's Italian and Reformation symphonies and the Scherzo from the Octet. Well, we just talked about those. And in another version, but this one, the Octet again, and the Italian Symphony with Pablo Casals and Marlborough Festival. Well, we talked about this in an earlier video. For some reason, I accumulated multiple copies of these things. And when we encountered it back then, I said, we need a Pablo Casals box. We need a Pablo Casals box. Sony, we need a Pablo Casals box. Never going to happen. All right. And last but not least, some more Mendelssohn that we talked about a little bit. This was Zell with the Cleveland Orchestra doing the Italian and the Hebrides classic performances, and the Bavarian Radio Symphony with Andrew Davis doing the Scottish. Not such a classic performance, but it's by no means bad. So, I hung on to it because of the Cell stuff, which has now been reissued 400 times, not least in the big Cell box. So there you have it. A big clump of Mendelssohn at heart, the sacred choral works, which are really, really important and lovely things with lots of discoveries if you're curious. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.